Welcome to DynamicsPrint webinar series number 2. In today's session, I'll walk you through the direct mailing and the kitting functionalities within DynamicsPrint. So I'm going to go to my estimate form and I'm going to open the direct mail estimation details. So when I open the form, I see the estimates that have been created by myself, and I'm a user here. In the first series of the webinar, we discussed all the tabs on the calculation tab and the buttons as well. But today, I'm just going to talk about the kitting functionality. I'm going to click on the production tab, and you'll see it opens up with the enclosure. Enclosure is where we start building our kits. So I have already prepared one sample for you, which is just a kit with 5 different items. There's a booklet 1, a booklet 2, some special pens, logo mugs, and instructional CD. And all of these items belong to the kit. You can also create complex kits, meaning an envelope having letters in it, another packet which has some other items in it, and all of those items can then get into a master kit. So there are different ways to configure kits inside the direct mail and kitting module. So I have pulled these items from my item master, and the system is telling me how much quantity I have available on hand. So I can make a decision to make sure that if I need to buy some items, I can do that as well. I'm going to move on to the next tab, which is the enclosure kit. This is where I start putting these items into my master kit. So this is my master kit, and these are my items that I selected on the first tab. And by pressing the plus button, I can start adding these items to the kit. And I can also define how much or what's the quantity for each of those items. The print overview tab, we use the print overview tab if we need to produce some items or print some items. So in my case, I'm saying I want to print the DynamicsPrint booklet 2 and the DynamicsPrint booklet 1, and my run quantity is 500, and it's running through a base. So the base product, like we discussed in series 1, is a container for all your business rules. So based on your selections that you make, it'll trigger operations and materials to give you the optimized production route and the BOM and the time and costs for the job. I also have a matte and the gloss paper for these 2 different books. You might also notice there are a lot of fields here within the system. So by checking any of these fields, it'll trigger an operation that will be involved in the route. So I can choose any of these, and you'll see when I click on total price, it'll produce the route for me. The direct mail tab is where I have to do additional functionalities. So in this case, I'm going to apply some stamps. And I'm saying I want to use 10-cent stamp. You can use any other options that you have inside your business. Also, the other fields that I can use to trigger more operations if needed based on your manufacturing standards. So my kit, run quantity of 500, running on an enveloping base product, has 8 sub enclosures. So once I've described my entire kitting job, I can click on total price. The total price button will default with a nice little graph here. It'll show me how much is the variable cost, the labor cost, the fixed cost, and how much margin I'm making on the job. The estimate spec tab shows me the route and the materials that I need for this job. So for example, for booklet 1, since I'm printing 4 colors, it's a simplex job. There's some paper involved, and even for the booklet 2, there's some paper involved and the operation involved. It's running on the digital machine 5160. Some material reservation for stamps and the labor for applying the stamp and the assembly application. And here are my components or my materials for pens, logo mugs, instructional CD, and so on and so forth. So the point is, once you construct your estimate or your job and you have the rules defined in your base product, you should be easily be able to generate the route and the BOM required for the job. That's it for today. Thank you so much.